Oftentimes, the main character in a movie is always the most stressed out and the most lonely individual. Not because people do not love him, that's not what I'm saying at all. It is because people do not have that responsibility that this man alone, the main character alone, has. And that gives him great amount of stress and immense loneliness. Now, it's always this scenario that people do not relate to the main character, people do not relate to the lead because he is the individual who, well, is always stressed out, but people often only see the victories, the confidence, the heroism. They don't always see the responsibility aspect of it, the bad responsibility or the tough responsibility aspect of it, where they have to make the tough decisions, they have to sacrifice. Tom Holland's Peter starts surrounded by people. He has his Aunt May, he has Ned, he has MJ, he has Tony Stark. By the end of Spider Man No Way Home, he has, well, nobody. Not because he's a failure, not because he failed at many aspects, not because of any of that, because every choice he made to protect others cost him another piece of his own life. The more heroic he becomes, the more alone he finds himself. Whatever we see about heroes in comic book movies, even the main characters in action movies, but we'll stick to the heroes in comic book movies right now, they always end up lonely. Because maybe, philosophically thinking, it's not about how many people you have. If you have a higher purpose, that means it means not a lot of people are going to understand who you are. Not a lot of people are going to understand what you stand for, initially at least. So they can't walk beside you for the start, heck, even in between, because they can't walk beside you in the start. It'll be very difficult for a lot of people to walk beside you throughout the entire journey because, well, they aren't that well equipped. Your responsibility as, well, a person with a higher purpose leads to immense loneliness due to the nature of your journey. Another aspect of the lead is always knowledge, the burden of knowledge, and we'll tie this up with Spider Man, with the Tom Holland movies. The protagonist always knows something that, well, not a lot of people do, not a lot of people really realize, nobody else really does. Peter, in this instance, knows that Mysterio lied, the multiverse is collapsing, and what Aunt May passed away for. Everyone else is living a very, very simpler reality. There's an old saying, the more you know, the lonelier you become, not because the knowledge pushes people away, but because the inner world becomes way, way harder to explain. I stated earlier, responsibility in itself is very isolating. When you have big decisions to make, when you have things at stake, when you have to make the right path for everyone, including yourself and others, it can be very, very lonely. It can be very, very isolating. Take, for instance, Spider Man, Tom Holland's Spider Man. Should he press that button or should he let everyone forget who he is for the betterment of the entire world, to save the entire world? Such decisions isolate an individual because, let's be honest, he's all alone. And in the last part that I said, make everyone forget who he is actually literally alone and he's trying to save everyone. So that can be extremely and utterly isolating. Another problem Spider Man has, Peter Parker has, is that he's the hero that can never fully explain himself. Imagine Peter trying to tell MJ, I disappeared from your life because I love you. There's no sentence or no words or no anything that can make someone feel the weight of that decisions. Some experiences can't be put into words. Some experiences have to be felt. Everyone secretly feels like the protagonist of their own story. Everyone has memories nobody has lived. Everyone has fears they struggle to explain. Everyone has made sacrifices that went absolutely unnoticed. Maybe that's why Spider Man resonates so much at a deep level with a large amount of people in the world, with a large amount of population in the world, not because they have fought with aliens, not because of these individuals have fought with aliens, but because, well, they've all and we've all felt like we've carried something no one else could see. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below because it's getting a little lonely down there. Thank you.